Good morning, world. It is another Monday, and look at me. I'm still showing up. I haven't missed one of these videos in 5 years now. 5 years. I remember a little over 5 years ago, I made a promise to me that I was going to make my life better, that I was going to become a better person, that I was going to tell myself a better story. And I've done that. I've been doing that. And honestly, the change in my life is so immense, it's ridiculous, it's crazy. The outlook that I have in my life is so much better. I can get through anything now without breaking down too hard. Staying afloat, staying on top of that water. And what I want to talk about today is kind of along those lines. So many of you people in the world, you hold yourself back in life simply because of the story that you tell yourself. And it's all a matter of perspective, because I have that shitty story too, you know. When I look back on my life, I'm a recovered addict, 24 years of straight active drug abuse, in and out of prison and jail. I've been shot 5 times. I've been stabbed. I've had my body broken from head to toe. I've had infections that almost killed me. I've been through the ringer, just as bad as almost anyone. There's probably very few that can say they've been through more. And I used to use that story to hold myself back. I used to use it as an excuse. I used to play the victim card. That victim card, I could always pull it out anytime I didn't get something done or I wasn't happy with what I achieved in life. I could just say, well, oh yeah, I'm a victim. All this stuff happened to me, and that's why I'm not moving forward in life. And so many people now are doing that same thing. It's honestly become popular, more popular than ever, to join the Victim Olympics and compare your victimhood to others. So many times you meet somebody new and they're like, oh yeah, I'm this and that. They tell you their mental illness right off the bat. They tell you their gender, their confusion or whatever, and that's their whole story. They use it as an excuse to keep themselves held back in life, to not move forward. But the fact is, that same story with all of those issues that you've had should be the story that propels you forward. But it's the perspective in which you have to look at it. I look at all this hard stuff that I've been through, and that I'm still here, and that I'm still strong, and that my mind still works well, and that I'm a fucking champion, that I'm an overcomer, that I'm a survivor. And that same story that so many people use to hold themselves back, I used to propel me forward. But here's the thing you got to realize. If you want to make your story a good story, your story can't be all about you. And here's what I mean by that. Your story affects everyone in your life. It always has. It always will. Your story of being a victim can be someone's excuse to hold themselves back, or your story as a conqueror can be somebody's inspiration to push them forward. And I look back on my life, I'm the oldest boy out of 14 kids. I have one older sister. That's crazy. I have 14 kids. And I remember my example, the story that I was showing my younger siblings, really got a lot of them into a lot of bad places. They saw my example and said, well, if he can live like that, I can live like that too. Several of them ended up incarcerated with addictions and several other bad things. And some of them have taken their own lives. And I look back on that and I think, how different could it have been if I would have told a better story? If I would have switched it around from where I was at, changed my perspective way back then. But I'm not going to regret it, because things happen as they should. Things happen for a reason, all in God's timing. But I made myself that promise 5 years ago, that I'm not going to let my story be that excuse for anybody ever again. That's why I don't touch drugs. That's why I don't party. That's why The action steps that I take in my day-to-day lives are things that are going to propel me forward. Things that are going to build my mindset so that no matter what hardship comes, I'm ready for it, because I put myself through self-inflicted adversity every day to prepare myself. And I hope my story inspires some people. I hope these talks that I give inspire someone. I've had people tell me that they do, and if it's even one person, then it's worth all these last 5 years of doing this every week, because it's not all about me. We're all in this thing together. You're not the only one that goes through those issues. Those other people in your life get hurt by your issues, and they go through their own issues which are very similar. So start telling yourself a better story so that's what they see. A story of overcoming, a story of survival, a story of getting through and coming out the other end stronger. You can do it. You're way stronger than you realize, but you're not going to know how strong you are until you really push yourself. You really need to take inventory of your life and look at the things that drag you down and look at the things that lift you up. Add more of those things that lift you up in life and get rid of those things that drag you down. This is your story. You're the writer. You're the narrator. Let's do better, guys. I love you, and I hope you have an amazing week this week. You know, I've been going through some rough things lately. I switched shops. I had some drama going on and everything, but you know what? I knew the whole time it wasn't going to bring me down. I knew that the mindset I built was going to get me through it, and I knew that my story will continue to thrive. Do that. Be that. You have it in you.